said that Brooklyn needed a little balance, I think we found it. The chains niggas pitching, we found it all in the fountain. To the top we mountain, at the top we bigger than mountains. Take your shit, we bouncing. Ain't no making no damn announcement. Said I gotta get it, gotta have it, don't you forget it. Steady representing, it's a habit, I never quit it. Got a lot of carrots and snow bunnies, never committed. Watch me murder this. Track record got me acquitted. Ain't a situation I can't handle. I'm Kyrie. We flatten the earth from birth. Niggas won't try me. Know that jungle be concrete. Money on your head on. See, any day I perform play, I can hit it beyond 3. I'm cold. Show you what I'm about, motherfuck the clout. Niggas was in the drought, we had to change the route. I'm feeling like LL, you know I'm in the house. And I'm used to invading shit, I'm probably...
Welcome back to part 2 of the episode of expectations and standards, right? So right now we're doing the expectation and standards of females. So I do want to attack this a little bit differently. I still am going to give you guys back the definition that we're going to follow up on. An expectation, a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future. Standards, a level of quality or attainment. An idea or thing used as a measure, norm, or model in comparative evaluations. In society, females are portrayed to do certain things. There are stereotypes those are standards that we have to meet. So most of the standards that they expect is for women. Our appearance is one of them. What our appearance is, you have to be a certain complexion. Your hygiene has to be on point. So whether that's hair, whether you have long hair, whether you have short hair, whether you wear wigs, whether it's your hair, whether it's not your hair, whether you got it from your sister, whether it's in braids, whether your ethnicity of your hair. Women are held to that standard. 2, women are supposed to have a certain status, achievement, or success. Most women are seen as educators, nurturers. We're the people that's supposed to help grow the community. We're supposed to teach these people so that we can get them to where they need to be. Also, women are supposed to have a certain level of emotional maturity. Women, again, they're nurturers. They're soft. They're not aggressive. They're not outgoing. They keep a lot to themselves. So, for me as a woman, that's a lot to put on us. Guys don't have to do that. You can come out every color of the crayon box. Short, tall, fat, skinny, black.
I don't think that's true all the time.
Well, just to prove my point, a very, very distinguished Nigerian writer said this, and we put this in music, and the person who y'all call y'all queen, Beyonce, put this in one of her songs, and I think nobody paid attention to it. So I just want to go through that this is a standard that is set, and this is known. Most of it is women are taught to aspire. They're taught to achieve a certain level. They're taught to be sexual beings, but they can't be
Is that from growing up?
It's from society.
It's taught. They're taught to achieve. Their final level of achievement is marriage, where boys are not taught that.
You sound like it's a video game. Like I'm playing Mortal Kombat.
That is what it said.
Right.
Boys are taught to, they can do a lot more that women can't, but women have to look a certain way. Women have to be quiet. This goes back to women are supposed to be trophies. You're supposed to be seen, but not heard.
Right.
And wrong.
You're just
You gonna hear
to
me.
be on his arm, make him look good, and
That is it.
Right.
So, Rod, what is your expectation of a female? Your standard of a female.
See, I want to say like I'm different. I don't really follow the hype of what society was taught. If I feel the chemistry, if I like who you are, I don't care if you work at McDonald's. You don't have to be a teacher. You don't have to be a doctor, a lawyer, but you're working. You're doing something for you to benefit you because you might have an end goal. Now, certain expectations, yes, of course, like good hygiene. I expect you to have good hygiene. If you smell good, girl.
But why if you playing ball all day?
What you mean? I still smell good when I play ball.
Oh, wow.
So don't.
oh, he's a different human being.
Yeah.
Extra.
I wear deodorant. I don't wear Axe. So, listen. If I feel like I'm a set of standard for myself, I expect the woman that's on my arm to have that same standard. Like I said, I can't walk around dusty and she be dusty. We both dusty. I can't have that. And if we go into the store and we just looking dusty, we go to the store to get a sandwich or something. Like, it's early in the morning. But
Well, I eat sandwiches in the morning.
I'm just saying, a breakfast sandwich. You
Oh,
ain't
I didn't know.
Bacon, egg, and cheese,
Bacon, egg, and
one
cheese.
word.
Right, one word from Brooklyn.
One
No,
word.
probably.
Right, so certain expectations, like, I want a woman that's strong-minded. Understand? Maybe to challenge me. You understand? I don't want
Yes.
to, like, yes, man, I'm not a rapper. You understand? I coach basketball. I'm not a rapper, so you understand? So, hold me down. Like, if I need something or, like, if I have something on my mind that's heavy, I need her to hold me down, whether it's emotional support, mental, some physical.
Oh, because that's
There
what
we
women
go.
are supposed to do anyway.
That's what the expectation
Right, I'm just
is.
saying, listen,
that we
I
supposed
just
to
need
be
to feel
sexual
good.
for y'all.
Funny, I like a funny woman. I expect you to be, funny and
So she's
goofy,
yeah.
Yes,
spontaneous. Like,
Spontaneous,
let's do something
indeed.
different. Like, let's go act strong. Let's,
Yeah.
something out
That
the
was so
norm.
fun.
Like
Actually,
accent.
that
I
and
did
it's
that, I did
actually
that, I
really
did that.
fun.
Something out the norm, like, not the same thing because it gets boring after a while. Me, I'm the type, like, yes, I go out a lot. I meet different people, I network.
Finally admits it.
And finally.
Goes
I
on
retract that
ways.
statement. I plead the fifth because I don't know what I
Take it
just said.
back.
I was drinking.
Take it
already.
back.
Yeah, I take it back. I take that back. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a picky guy, but I just expect certain things, and of course she expects certain things too. But from my end, and if she doesn't fit that requirement,
If she doesn't fit that standard,
Right, she
that
doesn't get the
standard.
prize.
then you can no longer expect those things from her.
right, in a sense, because she might not have been raised that way, or she might have been homeschooled or sheltered. So if I meet her and I'm like, damn, I really like her energy, something about her, and she doesn't have that, what do I do? Do I leave her?
Now you build her up to help her meet your standard.
Of course.
Because now she fit an expectation.
Right.
Build somebody to meet.
There's build a bear, there's build a nigga, there's build a
standard.
girl.
I don't know.
Well, see, I halfway agree with that point too. Like, I do agree with, like, when you meet somebody and they're not where you are mentally, if they're willing to learn and grow from
Okay.
that, I'm willing to teach you. But if you're not willing, then
But that's
I can't
not
waste my
reciprocity
energy
at all.
I mean,
You're not getting the full on genuineness of this person actually doing it or whatever is good for
It's
you,
a
your
compromise.
standard.
well, that's not always going to happen. It's not always going to be 50-50 in a relationship. Sometimes
Right.
it's going to be 85-15. Sometimes it's going to be 75-25. We have to be okay
But
with
I
that
think our
because
standards
we're not
are the
perfect as people.
I think our standards are what we set so that we can eliminate, dodge off the ones
Well,
that
you
ain't
can,
for us.
you can have
Brother,
a standard.
sister, friend, lover, all of that, right?
I think that, so let me put this out there. I date a certain type of male, or I used to date a certain type of male. Where I would say I like tall, dark-skinned, built guys. I don't have that. That person did not meet that standard. They've met a lot of expectations that I have that should have been present in this male, but it's not. So, did I help to build with that? Yes, we each have to get people to a certain place so that we can have that happiness. Like when we all got to take a step back sometimes and go, I'm my own priority. I got to now re-alter my standards, my
Right.
expectations
I was about to say,
for
do you lower your
myself.
standards or higher your
Right.
standards?
I don't, okay,
Because
so
compromise is a lowering of a standard.
a
I don't think
standard
it's
is
lowering.
something
I
that's
think it's just
internalized. Remember, a standard
adaptive.
It's
is
internalized.
standard
right.
is something that you can't
You can
fix.
control.
If I like tall men, but you're short and funny, I can't fix that. You met an expectation of being funny.
So
I
do you
expected this
compromise?
tall person to be.
Right.
Right.
Yes, but that's not lowering a standard. That's
Right.
now, whoa,
Compromise.
maybe my standards
Right. Doesn't
are
fit.
not
right.
right. So now
So
I
you
have
adjust.
to adjust
You just
it.
adjust it, adapt.
Right.
Yes.
See, I don't have
believe
that.
in
Like,
that.
say,
When
if-
does that become toxic? When does that become,
Is it?
I'm compromising myself to be around this
But
That, I
man?
think it's when the expectation is not a standard. Like if I expect you to cook and we've been together for 8 years and you can't cook, then yeah, something's wrong.
Right.
why are you still with her for 8 years if she can't cook?
I mean, I'm gonna eat. You see me?
Like, right.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
eat.
eat.
So
You the one that's gonna starve.
I feel like I don't set that standard or that, like, I like tall girls because every chick, like you said, if you like the tall men, but she funny, but she kind of short, like, I like her, I'm gonna take her. You understand? So I feel like if I like you, I like you.
But unfortunately, society says differently. So I do want to get into this quote because maybe this would
Yes.
help us so much with understanding why women and why
Sorry,
men
we're
feel the way that
delayed.
they feel. So
All right. So this quote from the song Flawless says, we teach girls to shrink themselves, to make themselves smaller. We say to girls, you can have ambition, but not too much.
Not too much, baby.
You should aim to be successful, but not too successful.
Not too
Otherwise,
successful.
you will threaten the man.
The man.
Because
Who we
I
created?
am female, I am expected to aspire
You
to
wake
marriage.
up flawless.
I am expected to make my life choices, always keeping in mind that marriage is the most important. Now, marriage can be a source of joy and love and mutual support.
Mm-hmm.
But why do we teach girls to aspire to marriage and we don't teach boys the same?
At all, they out here touching other eggs.
Right.
Go ahead.
We raise girls to see each other as competitors, not for jobs or for accomplishments.
This is when they compete in that
which I
natural
think
versus
can be a
fake
good
body.
thing,
Mm-hmm.
but for attention of men. We teach
yes.
girls that they cannot be sexual beings
At
in
all.
the way that boys
Wop.
are. Mm. Feminist,
I didn't even hear that
the
song.
person who believes in the social, political, and economic quality of the sexes.
That is true.
Bars.
We teach
Okay.
girls. We taught girls a long time ago. You can relate to this.
Of course, even
Basketball.
I personally can.
Right.
It was a long time that
Right.
females couldn't play
Couldn't play
basketball, so I
basketball.
applaud you for being a coach for female basketball players. But it's a frowned upon.
Shout out to my girls, man. My high school girls, my Lady Rail Splitters,
What happened
my
to the
Mega Evans
Cougars?
Cougars,
Yeah,
my
there we
Mega Evans
go, the
Cougars.
Cougars.
Listen. Can I get to them?
Okay.
So, but I teach my So I teach my girls because I feel, like they said, this is a man's world. But I teach my girls in order to gain that respect as the guys, because, like you said, basketball for women wasn't as glorified. You have to earn that respect. So you got to go on the court and show them and earn that respect, because nobody's going to give it to you.
You
So
gotta
if you
work
want
twice
that
as
respect,
hard.
exactly. So I don't settle nothing less than great for my girls. Yes, I'm a
Right.
tough coach. Like, I get on them, I yell at them. I still love them at the end of the day, but I got to be hard on them because society is already hard on you guys. So it's
So
like
are you falling into the trap of expectations, like expecting them to be
I expect.
as great or just, elite status?
So it's different for me. So like, if I know, say if you guys are on my team, right? If you two want to play basketball at another level, and she's like, yeah, I just play ball. It's a difference. It's a ball player or you just play ball.
Okay.
So if you want to go play college ball, I'm on your ass.
Right.
You understand? I'm hard on you.
Right. 'Cause
Or
that's
you
the
wasting
goal.
my time. If I know her expectation is, yeah, I just want to play for high school, but I don't want to go outside
But the
high
standard
school.
in order to be a ball, to be,
Right.
and to go to college is you got to be a ball player.
Right. So
Right.
I'm on you, like, we
Right.
going to do it 10 times as hard because this is what you want. If not, don't waste my time.
Right.
Or I'm
Okay.
fucking shit up.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah.
But
But that I'm
Love it.
fucking shit up part is the pressure that
We got to take that pressure.
artwork is speaking about, is that so much pressure is put on women to be a certain way, feminist, soft, achieve good things, but don't be too much. Don't threaten a guy.
I feel like it
You
has
gotta
to be
be a
that
certain
way
way.
because we don't dominate many areas of sports.
I agree
or
with that.
careers. So when it comes to stuff like that, just like, as black people, we have to be on top of everything and do things to a higher extent than everybody else. As women that are black have to do that and more. You understand? We have to be the best of the best
Right.
in order to get to where we need to
So
be.
I told my girls, why should the school give you the scholarship over her? You're both females. It's not like you take steroids or something. Like, you're still a female.
I
So
hope not.
you gotta show this school why they should pick me. I want this free school, and I know that some of these kids' parents don't have it. So if that's your end goal, take this free school.
So let me pose a question to you. What is your standard for the next generation, female?
In terms of basketball.
In terms of the next generation of females, I mean, I
life.
feel like you coach young women, right? So
Right.
you're actively dealing with them. So what is your standard? Like, what do you see for your group of peers that you're actually molding? Like, what's the standard? Like, what do you feel like internally is gonna be? You have to abide by this, or you don't got Coach Rod on your side.
Wow. I tell all my girls. Right. That's a good question.
Touching souls.
Right. Can I say confidence?
Yes, you
Yes,
can.
So I
yes,
tell
you
my
can.
girls-
As teaching women, yes,
Right.
confidence.
Give it up for the first man who finally got it right and understands
Feel like
that
number
every
54
emotion
here.
comes from confidence.
Right.
That's it. I don't know what that was.
A little shimmy.
So I teach my girls, if you don't have confidence in this game, they're gonna eat you up.
And
Confidence,
that's
and
true,
I
right.
told all my
That's
girls,
the
and they
standard
know
is
this big
confidence.
C
I
word,
agree.
this big C word, it don't stand for crip. It's confidence.
Confidence.
So I tell them, if you don't have confidence in this game of basketball, listen, I've seen girls that are dogs because they have confidence. They have confidence in their game, and they're confident that, yeah, I'm better than you. So I teach all my girls that you have to have that confidence. And if you don't, it's over for you.
Right.
Like, I don't
That's a
sugarcoat
good
nothing with
one.
my girls. I chew them up. Like, I chew them up.
That tough love is needed.
Yeah. And just because they're females, sometimes I got to be a little softer, I guess, but not all the time.
How do you set the standard?
What do you mean?
So we mentioned in the last episode about standards being something you do habitually for yourself, right? To set the standards for others. So if confidence is at your forefront, like if you want Coach Rod in your corner, you got to be confident. We're going to ride this thing out. We're going to get you where you need to be. So how do you set that? How do you habitually do things or speak life into them? Or what do you do for the females, for the young women that you coach to instill that standard in them, to set it
So
for them?
me personally, I ask my girls, after, talking to them for a while, meet them, I got to ask them, like, do they trust me? I've asked my girls, you trust me? And I tell them, like, I trust you.
Sermon.
I'm
I'm just so proud to
Like,
see
honestly-
that you have another balanced side without your counterpart. You're actually doing very well. I mean, we got to sit down and meet Rod and realize that he's very, very good in what it is that he's doing. And he's out there inspiring the girls. And he's not out there abusing the girls. So I'm very, very proud of you when it comes to that. But I do have to point this one thing out that was said in this quote. I'm probably gonna say it wrong, but it's you have to fight for a man's attention.
For me.
You slim.
Fight other women.
That's the
We're in
part
Right,
competition.
for
women,
me.
right, it's a competition, right.
We have to stop doing it.
Have
I
If
agree.
that man, there's other men out there, like Coach
Coach
Rod
Rod.
right
We're
here.
gonna clone him.
I mean, it takes a while. It takes a certain group of ladies to sit down and get that out of him,
Couple
because
dollars a
sometimes you
pop.
got to remove other factors in order to see that there's some real eaters at the table. You're either gonna become food, or you're gonna
Right.
serve the food. And right now, he's serving us dishes.
I'm
He's
weak.
he's explaining to us, this is what it is. But I think
I'm
us
chilling.
females have to stop competing with one
Competing
another for a
male
man's
attention.
attention, because as we take it back, when me and Cammie said this during accountability, during our behind the scenes, was I get that this is a man's world. But if
Ooh.
Eve didn't feed Adam that apple, he'd be hungry.
That's a fact.
Life as we know it
Spoiled or
wouldn't even
not.
start. It'd be a lot of
Right.
things
Poisoned or not.
that wouldn't be
Right.
going on right now. So us,
She is so elated by
I'm
this
just-
information.
I'm just letting that know, ladies. Men will always fall at your beck, your call. We
Hello,
don't have to
you have
slim
the energy.
ourselves anymore. Yes, you can get up there and you can sing whatever song. Yes, little Kim, I used to be scared of it, right? I'm not gonna finish that for y'all.
Right.
Trina, I got an ass so big like the, you feel me?
All right.
And we out here with the WAP sisters.
Wop, 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 wop,
We
wop,
can
wop.
do it. You understand? Because these men is out here with the Cisco with the thong song, Juvenile, back that thing up. R. Kelly, you remind me of my Jeep. Bark, bark, chicken, chicken, bark, bark, chicken head. We can do it. Be confident. That is our feminist movement, because a feminist is what again? What is a feminist? We gotta
I'ma
put
bring
this
it back.
out here for you. We gotta.
Sexist.
A feminist is a person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes.
Socially being able to talk and get up on a platform, a female who owns a podcast and being black. Politically, Michelle Obama, who sat beside Barack and still had her own platform and didn't have to be under the light of her man.
Speak.
Economically, those female doctors that's out there, those WNBA, Serena, Venus, Rihanna, that is what we are aspiring to be. I'm not aspiring to slim my waist and go pay Dr. Miami. I mean, I'm sorry for stopping your bag. Dr. Miami's probably pissed off at me at this point. But for situations like that, we got to bring that back. Ladies, there are men like that out there. You're not going to meet every standard. I'm an aggressive female. I'm very dominant. I mean what I
Same
say.
here.
And my biggest thing, when you ask about Meekz, I'm big confident. And I'm also big B out here. I'm big, bold. I'm going to get to it. I'm a bag chaser. And I'm also a person where
BDE.
I'll develop anybody that's next to me. If I'm on this level, friend, family, whatever ship that we choose to be on, baby, you're going to be right here with me.
That's a fact.
You should not, there's no competing. I'm here to hold your hand.
Right.
But if you don't give me a hand, I can't help you. You fall
That's a
on your
fact.
own. That's your business. I'm just letting y'all know when it comes to these female standards. So, Cammy, your female standards in friendships, because we've been through some things. There's some girls out there that you just throw them off the boat.
Yeah.
But
Same thing with men. She needs to be getting her money. She needs to have a job because, like, you know,
hustle.
yeah, she needs to be doing something. She needs to be getting money somehow, some way. And, you know, and it's not to say that I don't mind holding friends down, but when I'm going through it, I need to be able to be held down too. So we just need to be able to be here because I
I
know
don't want to be the
sometimes.
breadwinner in the relationship and the friendship.
Right, in the friendship, exactly.
Right.
Because somebody got to pay for these one-time tacos.
And I'm gonna give you the sauce, not the recipe.
That's
Right.
it.
Like,
Yeah, we
I'm sorry, the
gotta
recipe,
be,
not the sauce.
whichever way it works. We ain't doing it.
Right.
Everybody eating, I guess.
Right.
Right.
So that's the main one. Like we have to be, you know, there. And then our mentalities have to match. I cannot stress enough that when somebody isn't mentally on the same level, I just move differently and they move differently and they take offense to how I move.
Yes,
and
that part.
that I just don't
That
like
part.
that. Like I move how I move because it's what's best for me. And if you were here with me,
Right,
understanding,
you would understand.
you would get it,
Exactly.
and you would be doing the same thing for yourself and would never take offense to me taking some
Hey,
personal
Professor
time.
X?
That's it.
Listen,
Listen,
It's
right.
Wolverine. Sensi.
right?
So when you're around a group of people, or you in a situation, a coworkership, a friendship, a love situation, anything, a community act, anything, and you're not on the same vibration or the same page with somebody, you got some rip that's unspoken or some shit they threatened by your intelligence, your wit,
Yeah,
your
I don't
beauty.
like that.
That is toxic, because you know what?
Super.
Those people ain't gonna say nothing, right? You expected, right, as a friend, coworker, whatever,
All of them.
you expected for them to be like that. You're expecting for them not to be like that.
I'm expecting
Excuse
for you
me.
to be human.
Right,
Right,
Because that's all this is.
right,
Expectations is human. I
right.
expect you to be human.
right.
It's okay to be jealous. Don't be jealous of
Don't
me
be
if I'm here
right,
for you.
right. Or tell me, look, I ain't like that you put on that little skippy dress when we said we was gonna wear Jesus Seekers.
But you said
Oh, but
you
you-
wanted to get in for
right.
free.
Right, but
I
you
misunderstood.
right, we misunderstood each other. Exactly. You understand what I'm
And
saying?
that's another standard. Like those type of conversations where we could have open communication and for you
and not feel threatened.
and not feel threatened.
Ooh,
I love those.
feel the Holy Ghost moving.
She-
Right?
I feel 'em.
Jesus.
That's it.
It was
Amen.
beautiful.
Spirit.
Jesus. So
That-
And
have
that's
I need
in
that-
males
I
and
need that-
females.
I need that
We need
in
to
both.
have a certain level of communication. I
Yeah.
expect that you're able to communicate whether through mad.
Yes, the standard is you
upset.
need to be able to communicate.
Yep, close that book.
Whoa,
Upset.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
You need to be able to communicate through tears, through happiness.
Absolutely.
I need to know everything. That's how are we going to be able to do that?
Right.
If I can accept you at your worst, I am not going to accept you at your best. And nobody shouldn't. You shouldn't even
wanna
put that
accept
out
for
there.
yourself.
Accept me
Exactly.
when I take this wig off. You understand me? I got hair. But accept me. Accept me when I take that wig off.
Right.
Or when I decide to put all my money in my rent. Or when I decide to put all my money into my business.
Exactly.
And yet I expect for you to be there and support me with one click, one subscribe,
Exactly.
one phone call. Give me a mentorship. Say something to me. Communicate. I didn't
Right.
like how you did that.
And you just
I'm that friend that's
said
okay.
something.
You can go to sleep. But I expect for you to wake up, and we need to talk about this because there's a lot of people that I did not get to finish conversations with. So I'm big on communication. That is
That's
my
a fact.
expectation
Here.
with anybody. You need to come, you need to talk.
That will fall under personality or domestic.
All of that.
And you said something that that kind of resonated with me because I was talking about this earlier on, like in the week on my Instagram, talking about like, you know, I used to get upset when friends and family wouldn't support my music, and I had to get right with myself. I had to kind of adjust my standards and expectations with people that, you know, they're not going to do that until they see you popping.
Right.
Right,
And
which
so-
is the standard, setting the standard for yourself.
Right.
Right,
So I was
doing
just
all
like,
the
you know
work
what,
for
I'm going to
yourself, and
continue
then letting
doing
them
me
follow.
and continue doing my music, and there's going to be other people that support me. And when they see these people supporting me and they
That's
want to
it.
join the wave,
The wave has traveled on, titled on over there.
Point to the right and
Hey, That's
That's
what
right.
we're doing.
So have you guys had,
Right.
I guess, female friends that might have been, I guess, jealous of you or like envious?
No, I have male friends who do that because I have a lot of male friends, and a lot of my male friends act like females.
I wouldn't say friends, but I have had close associates that have been a little
Well,
bit
we
jealous.
realize they're
Even
not
if it
friends
wasn't
after those
jealousy, it
situations.
was like
That's
threatened
a
by
fact.
my,
I think that's
I'm
the
an
or-
alpha female.
Yeah, like, seriously.
Guys, just my guy friends. If you're my friend and you're a guy,
I hang with the guys for that very
you,
reason.
You respect that, and it's so hard for me to transition like to relationships.
But like
with
friends,
that.
I don't think I've had a
Alpha
close
thing.
friend. I think
I
anybody
don't-
I've said is a friend, they've all had.
I don't think I've had that
confidence
either.
that was here.
Yeah.
We started there, so it's like anything below that. Is
Well, that's
fine.
like jealous of me. I don't think I've had male friends or females that's like jealous of me. Like,
Right.
But
Me-
you don't
Well,
know,
you don't
jealousy
even think
could
you
come
can
in
know.
many
It's
forms.
silent.
Well,
It is
true, of
silent.
course.
Jealousy could be you on this podcast, and I follow him, and I see him posted all the
Right,
time,
and I want to do
and
it.
I don't
I
like it.
mean, listen, to each his own. But I don't feel like my group of friends. I think we all close knit. Nobody's jealous. We want to see each other do good, and we like if we fuck
That's the
up.
standard.
But then do you sit down with your group of friends when they do something wrong and you explain to them, hey, that's not an expectation in life because real men don't quit. Real men are masculine. Real men hold it down. Because my expectation as a friend is I'm going to always be able to check you whether in good, whether or in
That's
bad.
right.
Do you sit down and have those conversations rather than let's
we
sit and
do
talk
sit
about
down
the
and
girls
have
that we see on
conversations.
Instagram? We have to set that standard because as a male, you need to know when you need to step out of line and not support something, and you need to understand as a male when this is the right thing for me to support. And I hold that standard with all of my friends.
So we sit down just as we sit down maybe talk about Instagram models. If you wrong, you fucking up. You be like, yo, you fuck, or like, oh, I don't like that. Or we give each other our opinion on certain things, and it's up to you to take it how you want to take it.
Mm-hmm.
So we be like, yo, I'm not fucking with you. Even if, down to outfits, like, nah, I don't like those sneakers. I don't like that shirt, that hat. Because we all do that. Like, so say you're like, yo, put a hat in the chat or whatever. Nah, I don't like that. Yeah, but I'm like, fuck these niggas. I'm going to get this shit. Or if I be like, you know what? I wasn't really feeling it. They say they don't like it. All right, I ain't going to get it. Like, it, I don't know. Me and my homies is cool, my bros. Shout out
That's
to the
a
round
blessing.
table. And
I mean, I think bros are in disguise. There's a lot of people who portray to be things and they're not. So they may be close and knit with you, but how do you react when they do that to another person that you see on the outside? How do you
When
fix
your
that and correct that?
expectations are-
Well, to me, that's holding a person accountable. If I see one of my friends doing somebody wrong, it don't matter who they doing wrong.
Because all
It
your
could be a
friends should be held to
stranger.
the same standard.
Right. It could be a stranger that they doing wrong, and if I see they doing some, some fuck shit, I'm gonna be like, yo, that was.
Don't
definitely
kick that
some fuck
homeless
shit.
man cup, because you
right.
could be him.
You could be homeless one day.
I mean, like
that
I said,
karma,
every
that karma
friend, like
comes.
I have a group of friends, like the ladies I coach with. Shouts out to Cece, Adana, and Jean.
You got a lot of
Like,
ladies.
So they hold me down. Like if I do something wrong, if I talk about a female, they're like, bro, you're fucking up. No, don't do that shit.
But notice
I'll be like,
how you
"Ah,
said
man."
that the females do that more. Men.
Right.
No, I'm not saying they're doing more.
I think
I
men
agree
don't
with
feel like
that.
that's a masculine trait to sit around and be like, let's talk about all the wrongs you did this week.
Right, exactly.
Hey,
Nah.
so you messed up at this point,
Right, or
and
you
you
messing up
shouldn't have
right
said
now,
that.
right.
And as a male, you should be a little bit more than that. Men don't do that. That's more of a
Right.
feminine
I feel like
thing.
Right.
I feel like guys put loyalty above morale.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
A
so
lot.
true.
Or the key word that we learned today, shout out to Teddy Love, integrity.
Integrity, because he was saying that a lot the other day.
He'll be here, sitting up here at the table as a guest. Integrity. There's a lot of, you know what? Let me give you the definition of integrity, right?
Damn.
Please, thank you. We got Webster's over here, you guys.
Integrity is open communication,
Open
which happens regularly and tactfully.
consistently.
It is essential when it's communicated clearly. So that comes with honesty, trust and trustworthiness, and taking responsibility.
I feel like that's a pillar of
That
friendship or relationship.
Is
That's
life.
for any
Any
foundation for anything.
ship. If you get into an argument today, fix that today. Tomorrow,
Right,
they may not be there.
That's a
Whether
fact.
it's
yes.
physically, mentally, you don't know what could happen.
yes.
You must fix everything. Your standards, your expectations. When we join into any ship, contracts, relationships, anything, that is the standard. You guys need to fix that. You guys need to communicate, whether it's males, female, and hold a certain level of integrity. So, today, on this episode, I hope that we were able to teach you something and give you a different balance that we are more so moving towards. We can be ratchet, but we trying to be classy. So we'll be classy for you.
I teach my girls, you better be classy.
Coin.
You better be classy. Don't be ratchet. 'Cause we
Listen,
ratchet.
the
So,
city girl is still out here real ass.
Ratchet like
I'm
Salt
just
Bae.
saying.
none of my basketball girls is ratchet.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of Brooklyn's Balance. This was that balance that you guys said you needed. Expectations versus standards for males versus females, whether it's friendship, co-workers, at work, relationship, brother, sister. Keep it going. We out.